Hey everyone, John here from the Four Brewers podcast, and I'm back with another beer. I already recorded a video on this, but the audio came out wacky, so just pretend like I didn't open the beer. This beer is called the Vegan. It's from Fidens Brewing Company out of Albany, New York. I don't think I've ever had a beer from Fidens, so this is going to be a first. This is a Citra Galaxy and Nelson hopped double IPA. And I learned in the first video that it's a hazy double IPA, so I know what I'm in for this time. Hazies, I mean, I don't dislike hazies, but I'm kind of over them. And for like a beer that I drink on the regular, hazy's not it. They're just so, usually they're so big and there's so much going on and they feel heavy and they're just not like an everyday drinker for me. But I don't mind having them here and there. So, but yeah, this one is like super hazy. It comes off on camera more yellow than I see in person. In person, it almost looks like Vaseline, which sounds gross, but that's what it looks like. It's very, very pale, super pale. Like there is, I mean, I'd be surprised if there was only 2-row malt in this. They don't say what kind of malts are in this, but because like there's room for nothing else in there. Maybe oats, I guess, or some kind of flaked wheat, but it is just super, super, super pale. Again, on camera, it looks more appetizing, more yellowish, but it's not here. So, got a fluffy white head too. That's always good to see on a hazy. When you see a hazy that has a head that's quick to burn off, it's never really a good sign. So, this one's sticking around. So, let's see what it smells like. Yeah. So, this does have the vanilla cake batter thing. That I believe that's a term that I coined, by the way. So, you're welcome. Where it's like, that's like the maltiness coming through, where it smells like sweet cake or frosting almost on the nose. And a lot of times, especially with East Coast hazies, it's very prominent. For me, I get it in Heady Topper. It's not as big as some other breweries, but it's definitely there. And this has that same vibe, like a vanilla cake batter kind of thing. It's got a real citrusy nose too, but nothing's really hopping out of the glass. Jumping out of the glass. It's very balanced for what it is on the nose, and I find that appealing. When something is like, I mean, I don't mind super hopped beers, especially if it's like super juicy or super citrusy or super dank or super grassy. I like that. But when it comes to hazy, I find that when you get those big bombastic aromas, you're in for a ride because there's probably a lot going on in that beer and not in a good way. So this is very well balanced on the nose. Again, citrus punch, vanilla cake batter thing, kind of smells like citrus ice cream, I guess you could say. So let's see what it tastes like. Yeah, the taste follows the nose. Super citrusy, but also, again, the sweetness is there, that kind of cake batter sweetness. Super soft, fluffy. Nothing really offensive about it. It's got a hint of bitterness that kind of lingers, sticks around in the middle of your tongue, and you kind of feel it, in the back of your throat. But overall, it's very, very well balanced on the flavor. Yeah, it kind of comes off like a creamsicle or like an orange whip, but obviously not as sweet and with some bitterness on it. So it's not exactly that, but you get that vibe, and I like that. This is 8.5%, and I don't get a whole lot of alcohol burn, like in the back of my throat or on the palate. I think that higher ABV is contributing to how well it's finishing after I take a sip. So it's not a lingering sweetness, and the only thing you really have that lingers is the bitterness, which is, for me, it's a good thing. I like hazies to be kind of more bitter than not, and this is definitely that. So would I finish this can? I probably will not finish this can, especially since it's 8.5% and it's a hazy. And for all the positive things I'm saying about it, again, this is not a beer I drink regularly. So for me, it's, I'll finish the glass, and that's pretty much it. But for what it is, it's very, very good, very well done. I'd like to try more from Fidens, something that's, you know, clear, like maybe they have like a, you know, their take on a West Coast IPA or a Pilsner or whatever, because they, you know, they seem like to be, they're a good brewery. And I know Joe's had them on his channel. I don't want to say quite a bit, but I've seen them more on his channel than anywhere else, I guess. So overall, very good beer. Again, this was The Vegan from Fidens out of Albany, New York. Joe, thanks for the beer. Appreciate you. And we will talk to you next time.